Now back to the action here at the Singapore National Stadium. Russia to play Hong Kong. Both sides suffering big losses. Tavita Rokoverini.
Red.
Here's Jamie Hood. 5th World Series for the number 10 from Hong Kong. Russia will receive the ball. They go up and they compete, and it's Hong Kong with first possession through Kam Shing. Kam Shing into the contact area. The Russian player was offside. Sozanov, and gives away the first penalty. Great kickoff and regather from Hong Kong.
It was the simplest and very well there, Willie, and that's what they need to do in this game. It's going to be a very physical encounter any time there's a breakdown, so Hong Kong must try to keep their set piece effective and try and stay away from rooks.
Kato Lee made his debut in Hong Kong in 2012. There is Hood, one of the more experienced players. He gives it back to Lee in front of some decoy runners. They get into the 22 through the man that started it, and he's going to score the first try for Hong Kong in 2017 in Singapore. Kam Shing.
Well, he's had to wait till his 3rd game to try and get the celebration out there, but it may well have been worth it. The ball shifted, we said stay away from contact. Varty so effective with ball in hand, and it's a lovely inside line with a side pressing defence as Kam Shing puts it down and manages to do his hair afterwards. What a celebration.
29-year-old made his debut in Hong Kong in 2010. 9th try on the World Series, and he, along with Vardy, became the pin-up boys for Hong Kong for a number of years. Perfect start. Jamie Hood goes the same way. Kam Lee goes up, and Kam Shing couldn't get it, but Hong Kong have got possession again, and now Hood goes on the attack, the strip, and now held on to the ball just a little bit too long. Lazarenko came in to make the tackle, but they're still in control. The Russians yet to touch the ball in this match. Vardy takes it to the line. They come rushing up to Russia. Kam Shing. Sozanov with another tackle. Ostroshko is there. There's an advantage here for Hong Kong. Advantage over now as Coverdale stands strong, gives it back to Lee. Lee, the pass to his captain Woodward, unfortunately found the touchline.
Yeah, they're trying to move the ball, it's the right thing to do, but just those types of errors can be so costly.
And now Russia come on the attack. Here is Ostroshko, their captain and their key strike weapon. Davidov decided to get the ball in early in the line-out, so now we really want to play the game with pace. Good width shown here after doing all of that defending. Now they go on the attack to Russia, and Ilya Babayev is going to race around to score Russia's first in this match.
Babayev finishes, but rewind to the error. Hong Kong throwing the ball into touch, simple set piece, and just one interaction with their main talisman. With a shift it right, lovely little jump step. You can see at any type of movement that squares up a defender, makes them plant, and he goes around the outside. Lovely little change of pace. Good score from Babayev, again someone who's been around the series for years upon years, showing experience, fitness, guile, the lot.
One of the 5 players from the RC VVA Saracens in Moscow. 28 years old, nice conversion from a difficult angle. We're all tied up at 7-all. And Russia showing just how dangerous they are. First real opportunity with ball in hand.
And that's exactly what Hong Kong can't do. Don't give them opportunity. You know full well that there's so much firepower in this Russian team. If they have the ball, it's a matter of time before their big men make some serious impacts.
Dmitry Sukin with the kick. Vardy gets it and gives it to Hood, who moves it along to Lee. Lee goes one wider to the captain. Puts his head down and just charges forward, does Toby Fenn, who's actually come onto the field. It's an early replacement there for the Hong Kong side. Out. And to the contact they go. Davidov was that high. That's their captain there, Woodward, wearing jersey number 1. Good ball movement this from Hong Kong. The try scorer, Kam Shing, won't get away from Ostroshko. High tackle, says the referee, and so Hong Kong go on the attack again. Hood to Vardy. Vardy with the pump, and then the wide pass out to Woodward. Woodward patrols the right-hand flank. Sozanoff with another tackle. Quickly, it's recycled. Hood takes it to the line, throws the pass out in front of one of the players, and it's drifted forward as well.
If there's anyone in World Rugby that's going to make you take your eye off the ball, it probably is Vladimir Ostrushko flying at you. You don't want to be doing those speculative miss passes in midfield, and as the referee rightly alluded to there, it was knocked on a result of him probably trying to save his life by not taking the ball and taking the hit at the same time. But those, again, errors creep in. Kills the game. We're looking at this Hong Kong team already made substitutes, and they're down to 11 men in this tournament, even using their 13th man.
Russia through there, captain Ostroshko. He's capable of going 70 metres, but he won't get past Kato Lee. Quickly, it's recycled. Babayev gets it along the chain. Davidov beats the tackle of the Hong Kong captain, and they get it wide now to Gotsushev. He's got too much pace, he's got the angle, and here comes Russia's second try. Yuri Gotsushev scores his 22nd in his career.
It's great play from Gotsushev, shifted ball out wide to him. Davidov doing what he does and try and bash through a few people, gets the ball free. A year of exposure, largely without having the likes of Ostrushko in the team, brought those types of players, and we saw two of them in shot there. Davidov, Sozanov, someone who largely improved on the series as well. That type of experience has been so important for those players.
And so has the conversion, which is unsuccessful. 30 seconds remain in this, the first half. Russia leading Hong Kong 12-7. The all-important kickoff. Percentages show that the team that gets the kickoff scores next. Woodward does well to claim it. Coverdale goes in and plays halfback. Hood gets it out to Kamshing, out to Lee. Kato Lee can't get through the tackle of the try scorer. Gotsushev. Ball is still there, didn't come through the gate. It should be a penalty to Hong Kong, and it is.
Lots of arms flaying at the referee there, but correct decision. Just got to keep the ball away from this Russian breakdown.
Lee to Hood. Coverdale to Vardy. He's got plenty of pace. Vardy breaks the first tackle. Woodward is there, steps off the right foot, brings it into the 22. Hong Kong looking to finish with a wet sail here in the first half. Lee's been busy. Lee gets through the first. The offload here, real chance for Hong Kong. They're gonna go in. Great try to Toby Finn.
There was no stopping Fenn as he flew over the line there.
Number 3 for the high shot.
Looked like a bit of a circus act at the end as players started tumbling. Leave in the middle. It was Sozanov with a flail in the arm. He's going to take a bit of rest for his time.
Well, we'll take a look at this, but the conversion will give them the lead at the break. Leaded well, the inside pass. Hood showed his composure. Wow, that's a bit tough, isn't it?
That is tough. I mean, it's one of these tackles. If someone's falling, the only way of trying to dislodge the ball is to...
Well, conversion gives them the lead. And it'll get even tougher for the Russians in the second half. They'll be down to 6 players for the first 2 minutes, but at the break in the sin bin. And Sukin, a nice high restart. They go up and compete. Was forward by one of the Hong Kong players, and so the Russians will get the ball in very good field position.
It'll be interesting to see what they do here. They've got some serious line runners. Want to try and get him involved as quick as you can, Ostrushko, but when you know you're attacking with 1 man less, you tend to try and stay a little bit tighter. I back him any day of the week against Rovati.
Bind. Set.
Scrum is good. And they'll get the ball to their captain, and they'll go one-on-one as well. Here goes Ostroshko on the outside. Shen comes at him, shows him the sideline, and that's great defensive work from the Hong Kong side. Getting back is Woodward. Now he looks to go forward. Got some players out to the left. Goes running lateral, goes across the field. Davidov does the tackle. Hood in it playing dummy half and halfback. Gets the ball. Fenn, one of the try scorers, Vardy, just wants to release it out to Lee. 7 on 6, there's got to be some space here for the next 30 seconds. Hong Kong have that numerical advantage. Now they push the ball, good width shown by the Russians here, keeping their line, staying intact. Here's Woodward. Hood picks and goes. Now the kick. We're off to the races. Jamie Hood's going to win the race.
Battle of tens there on the left-hand side. Hood knew he probably slightly had the wheels there, and Gostiev, who's putting the ship. When you're playing with 6 players, it really does sap it out of you. They played 3 widths of the pitch here, got an opportunity, took it blind, and then it was the foot race, as you mentioned, Willie. Backs himself, lovely chip forward, perfect weight on it. And these bounces seem to be just perfect for these players. You have the brave skills and the perfect execution of dropping that ball at the right angle. You deserve a bounce. Big score from Hood there.
One of the veterans, the 30-year-old, made his debut some 7 years ago in Hong Kong. Conversion unsuccessful, but they lead by 7. 3 tries to 2. And Hong Kong lead, and Russia back to 7 now. Costly error there for them. It's cost them 14 points. Firstly the try, and then having the player off the field, allowing Hong Kong to score that try through Jamie Hood. A kick off. Woodward's done really well, the captain for Hong Kong, to get up and batter it back. Vardy takes it to the line and then just offloads to Hood. Runs one way, comes back to where Lee is. Good ball movement this from Hong Kong. Michael Coverdale. Ostroshko looks interested and the referee says no clear release.
Hong Kong looking to just keep the ball. They're trying to get a little bit wider. They almost want to try and aim for the 5-metre lines to really stress these central defenders from the Russians. Like we mentioned, they've played 2 minutes with 6 men. It's going to take its toll. Keep the ball. If Hong Kong try to play the width, they're going to get much more opportunity through the middle.
25-year-old Kato Lee has been instrumental in this game, has been used a lot as Vardy goes on one of those trademark runs, gives it out to one of the smaller players on the field, and Lee keeps the ball. Vardy gets a defender at the same time. More troops needed for Hong Kong to get in there, and Lee gets it to Woodward. Coverdale, some footwork, nice stepping in front of Sozanov, then into the contact. That's the 22. That man was never onside. They tap and go. Cam Shing started it in the first half. He offloads. Kadalian! Great dive to finish. And Hong Kong with a bit of celebration.
Oh, it's those 2 again, isn't it? Carolina, this time the scorer, equal celebration, the same measure. But good quick tap, mentioned about the indiscretion at the breakdown. That is a monster hit coming in on the side shot. But sadly, in that situation, Zirotov did not get any reward for his hit. It's full of them.
That extends the lead to 14. And a great play by Kamshing here to recognise that they weren't back in the quick play.
And it's a great offload off the floor. We see it all the time now in the HSBC World 7 Series. It's a case of being tackled, but keeping that ball alive. You get round about 1 or 2 seconds, loose interpretation, of being able to play the ball, to keep it alive. And it's an offload, and it's one of the best to do.
55 passes to 10. Goes to show how Hong Kong wanted to play the game by keeping ball in hand, moving it from side to side. The Russians, though, get the kick-off. Lovely handoff, too, from Zilotov. Here's Davidov. Davidov beats one, and he's going to sprint away. He's too quick, Davidov. Russia are back.
And it just shows it doesn't take a whole host of passes. If you're pretty direct with your running, you give it to likes of Davidov, who's known for his carrying, puts as much volume on the game as there is in his hair as he trots back. But he just backs himself, inside defender, covered out absolutely hanging. He even gets time to get the old high knees out, Davidov.
18th World Series for Davidov. 29th try in his career. Conversion is good. It's a 7-point game as we head into the last 90 seconds.
It's a big score, that, giving chance for this Russian team to pull it back. Got to make sure that man keeps getting the ball, because when he does, he's destructive.
23 points, currently sitting 14th. They are 8 points ahead of Japan, who is in 15th spot. Of course, Spain to join the tour at the new season of 17-18. The 15th team drops out, and so valuable points in every single match. Ostroshko gets the turnover.
Big moment from the big man there. He's took a knock for his troubles, but they're looking to play it quick.
Hong Kong will have to defend now. Russia inside the 22. Woodward looks for the ball, no clear release. Davidov is going to tap. Surely Ostroshko is the man you give the ball to.
It's not a bad combination, that is it. If you had to pick two Bash brothers to have in your team, it would be those two men.
Well, he wants to just slow things down. Dmitry Sukin taps and Davidov is there. Dummies to him, gives it to his captain. Ostroshko falls short.
Hands out. Hey, hey.
Converted try will tie it up. They're going backwards, Russia, but they've still got possession. They've lost it forward.
That is a massive moment. The cover tackle on Ostroshko, we see it time and time again. The man throws people around as though they're toys, but couldn't quite get over. Interestingly, the ball going out wide. I don't think that went forward, I think that went backwards. But ultimately, if they were to score, it still would have been out wide. They must know if they to get any opportunity, of which I think they've lost it, it needed to be near the posts.
First victory for Hong Kong on day one in 2017 here in Singapore. Beaten comprehensively by Fiji and Canada earlier. Yet to score. Well, they didn't score any points in those games, 40-0 and 34-0. 4 tries here. What a performance. What a turnaround. And Paul John, their coach, will be absolutely delighted. They kick it into row 54E. There is the celebration from this Hong Kong side. Disappointed at not winning the qualifier in Hong Kong last week, but they have battled hard today and they have fought well to register their first victory in Singapore, 26 over Russia 19.